Yeah. Look at last bend, turn right. Game starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so my favorite story with Joe is I was reffing. Joe's sitting on the little tower shooting towards the castle, and he's shooting that way, and Riley comes up behind him and he says, "Joe, surrender." Joe doesn't hear him. So he's like, "Joe, surrender." And Joe doesn't hear him again. And he says, "Joe, surrender." And Joe turns around, one shots Riley in the nuts and keeps on playing, doesn't even look. You can tell he got hit in the nuts because his ass kicked out so far and he dropped to the ground. So that's my favorite Joe story. Never get Joe to surrender.
Okay, so we're out at PN Paintball, and this was the first summer that I started paintballing with Joe and Todd, and there's a few others around there. PN Paintball was run by Phil Northey, Phil Northey. Anyways, we're coming along one of these side trails, and so it's like 2003, 2004, maybe that year, around that time, and we're coming up on the side trails, and then he just got this Mac Dev, I don't know what it was called, I can't remember. It was like one of the first electro guns, because we're talking like way back in the day, right? So he has his gun in his hand, and we're creeping up the trail, and like he's like, "I think they're in the church." "Yeah, they're in the church." And then all of a sudden, his phone rings, and it's 50 Cent's his ringtone. It's like, and he answers the phone, and he's like, "Yeah, what's up, babe?" He starts shooting the gun. That's like classic Joe. Like, that was classic Joe. But the other thing that he gave to our team, so this is a serious note. So this is the thing that he taught us for our team. So we had a team together, and Wildside's been running since 2003, 2004. And then Joe had a leadership role for a few years on our team. And when he picked up that role, there's some things that he made sure we did, like game nights. Make sure that we do things together. Like after tournaments, we'd eat together as a group. Just lots of things he did to make us knit together as a family. So you spend a lot of time with each other. You spend a lot of money to do this sport. You spend a lot of time with each other. Sometimes you're not always getting along. So one of the things that Joe taught me was, yeah, it's important to get along. It's got to be a family. So, yeah, for real. Hey, come on in here. Here's one of the guys. Right? So that's it. Thanks, buddy. Love you. So this is Todd. Stay in here. Stay in here. No. Stay in here, Todd. Okay. So then, so this is Todd. He's the founder of our Wildside team.
Wow.
Wildside.
No.
Yeah.
The three of us.
Okay.
The three of us.
So then, yeah, it was good.
Where did you get abs, dude?
They're fake. Fuck, I don't have abs. Fucking COVID-19 took care of that. All I did was eat for 2 years. So anyways, yeah, that's the story, is that, you know, like, there's some things that Joe brought to our team: competitiveness and a sense of belonging, and make sure that everybody had a role on our team, and that was Joe. And we miss you, we love you, and you know, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Okay, you're up. Say something. Oh yeah.
Todd, my name's Todd Backstrom, and myself, Joe Cachene, and Jay Bear started this Wildside team. And I remember when we were starting, Joe, we all wanted these super fast paintball guns, and at that time they were blocky and big and expensive. So Joe bought what it's called a Cyborg, and it shot really fast. I think it was around $1,500 at the time, and Joe didn't like the color, so I think it was yellow at that time, and he wanted to make it bronze. So somewhere online, he read that he could take his $1,500 paintball gun and bake it in the oven. So he did, and it worked. I don't know how it worked, but it did. He got a bronze paintball gun out of a yellow one by baking it in the oven, and that was kind of the thing with Joe. Lots of his stuff he thought about some of it was just luck, and I missed the guy to death, and that's the way it is, and yeah, right on.
All right, well, I met Joe quite a few years ago, like a lot of the people here, and one thing that he was big about was preaching community and being together as a group. And like Jay said, having those nights where you're playing, even if it's just board games, it's about being together and building as a group, and not just as a paintball team, but individuals. He was a great mentor. He brought a lot to the team as far as leadership. Very responsible, taught a lot of the young folks plenty of things about paintball, life. And throughout all those years, I saw a lot of these youngsters blossom into mature, well-spoken, great, successful, accomplished adults. And he's been a constant source of inspiration, and continue to be for the rest of my life, no doubt. And it's times like these that he was about, like, we're here to remember him, but if it was any one of us, he would be here as well, doing the same thing, playing paintball, sweating it out, laughing, having a good time. That's exactly what he would want from us. I'm very pleased to share today with all of you. Thanks for having us today, George. Love you, Joe.
Okay. So I didn't know Joe pretty well, but at the same time, he was always here on the field, always here, having a good time, always a smile on his face. You could always knew where Joe was, because that's where there was a big guy in brown, and he was shooting a massive stream of paint, screaming at where somebody was. And he was a fantastic gunfighter, and we're going to miss having him around.
I didn't know Joe for very long, but the first time I came out to Wildside, he always made me feel very welcomed and was always trying to get me to come out lots. And every time I come out and played, he was always like, "What are we working on today?" And if I had no idea what I should start working on, he was always giving tips and helping me out and give me some sort of direction. And I'm really going to miss that. And it was awesome to have such a leader like that.
I just want to say I miss you, Joe. For the brief time that I did spend with you, it was awesome. You're always making me laugh, always talking about funny stuff, and had a great attitude. And it was really fun playing against you all the time. And the one time we did get to play against each other, we were this close to beating Jay, Bear, and Ego Jay. Miss you, buddy.
Joel, I'd just like to say I miss you like crazy, man. We only met a few times, but the times that I did meet you, you're an incredible mentor. I looked up to you so much, and every time I got to come out to Wildside, I was extremely happy to see you, and always looked forward to getting out there and seeing you. Like Chris said and everybody said, you always made me and everybody feel so welcoming. So thank you.
Gotta leave.
You good?